Do any of y'all actually have like a real passion? Like something that just gets you out of bed every day and you're so freaking happy to do it. And like you cannot imagine yourself doing anything but that one specific thing. And I ask that because I feel like I don't have that, dude. And like my whole life, from college, post college, graduating, and then kind of jumping from throughout that time frame, trying different careers, different things, I just never had a drive to just like kick into it and just like, I like this, I want to do this, I want to take this, to like the terminal level, like where it can't go beyond that. And I mean, maybe that's just common that most people don't have it. And the job I do right now, it pays the bills. And I like that it pays the bills and I like what I do, but it's not some crazy, like undying passion, so to speak. And I think for the most part, that's for a lot of people. So I guess it is a okay thing, and I'm not like in the minority. But I will say, when you see other people passionate, like very, very passionate about what they do and what they love, I can't help but feel like a sense of envy, like serious envy. And it's weird, man. Like for example, at one point I thought I wanted to go in the healthcare space, right? But I had to kind of sat down with myself and I talked to people in that space, and I realized my heart really wasn't in it, and the passion you need to even work in that space, that has to be freaking bricked, like all the way in stone, like no loose bricks, no nothing. Like you got to be knowing that you're there for that. Your foundation mentally has to be there, and it wasn't for me. But now when I see other people in those fields, in the healthcare fields, let's say whatever, medical school, dentistry, nursing, like whatever it may be, it kind of just makes me think and wonder, like I was in that position once of pursuing that. And, I think social media makes everything look glamorous, but, I can't help but I see them and I'm like, damn, bro, maybe things should have been different. Maybe like, but I know in the moment that it wasn't right. That's, I guess it's the weirdness of the human brain. But especially now with the economy, I guess that's why I wanted getting more interest in healthcare, because it's just like, dude, their jobs are pretty freaking secure. Like it's hard and it's easy. It's hard for them to lose their jobs, and it's pretty easy for them to get new jobs. At least that's what it seems like from the outside perspective looking in, and like the small amount of research I've done. But again, the irony is when I was in that moment of pursuing it, I was just like, nah, dude, this isn't really right for me. I don't even want this. Let me go do something else. And now the time has passed. I'm like, oh shit, maybe I should have done it. Weird, man. The human mind, it's a weird thing that always seems to be working against you. The phrase, your own, I am my own worst enemy, that has a lot of merit to it. I think so. And I do see that in myself. But again, this just goes on to like social media as a whole. And I feel this is for a lot of people. It's just like every time I get online, so much content is just like, this financial guru, I have made, I make this amount of money, I've retired myself by age 21. It's just so much of that. And I think it's just the algorithm working against me. Because you look up at one video of that or interact with it, and then suddenly everything is filled. Right? I don't think everyone's For You page, whatever, is causing that. But again, it tilts me when I see that. And not like in a negative way where I'm like, yes, there's like a sense of envy, but it's more, I don't even know if that's the right word now that I'm saying it out loud. I think it's just more just like, the only thing I can think of is just tilt that there's like these hyper successful people, and it makes you feel bad about yourself in the position you're in. But again, I know for every one person that is truly hyper successful and not like some grifter online who's faking everything, there's like 1,000 more people who are just regular Joes who are just trying to make it to the next paycheck. And but I don't know, but your mind knows that, but it also just doesn't it's weird. It acknowledges the achievements and greats of the others rather than the shortcomings and downfalls of the many, and hyperfixates on that. And maybe that's like some kind of defense mechanism naturally to make you want to be better and make you want to pursue greater things, that your like mind is like has that jealousy. But it's weird. And I know I keep saying it's weird, but that's just how I that's just how it feels about it. And that's just like the kind of brings me to like the concept of living with regret, feeling like, oh man, maybe I should have done this, or maybe if I did this way, then this thing would have ended up better. You know, it just like that is like the worst way to live, because you're constantly like living in your imagination of like how things could have gone and the decisions you made in the past where they would have led you, and it's just like it's not a good way. And I don't know if you guys also struggle with something like that. I think people do, right? But I don't think people talk about it, so it's hard to like come up. But actually, I don't know. I do see a lot of those videos nowadays. It seems like it's become a new trend where it's like I'm like 31, I'm 28, I still live with my parents' house, and I'm a failure, and I'm a loser. So I guess those videos are on the rise. But then the next question is like, why don't I just drop everything and pursue it, right? If I'm so envious, let's just take healthcare for example. If I see these people healthcare living their hyper secure jobs and seemingly making a lot of money, why don't I just drop what my current job is and then pursue it? And that's a good question. But the thing is, like, I like my current job. Like, I know I said it like earlier. I'm like, yes, it pays the bills, but I'm good at what I do and I like what I do, right? So maybe that's like the idea of comfort, you know, like the golden handcuffs, as they say, where you're in a position where like everything feels okay, but taking this risk what just doesn't make sense, you know? It's like you're losing out on so much for so much uncertainty. But I guess that's just how things are. I mean, it's it's a very weird world we live in, I must admit. And yeah, this video again, much quicker video, but I don't know if anybody could tell. I actually I wrote a little bit of script down, and I honestly thought this would take me well over like 15 minutes of rambling, but I am seemingly out of things to talk about for it. And I guess it's better to have like a short but sweet video where I'm just kind of keeping it real. Um, but yeah, let me think. I'm just trying to, I don't know. I feel like my channel is just starting out. This is going a little bit off topic now, right? But my channel is just starting out, so I don't get too much interaction, which kind of sucks because I do want to like engage with people and like kind of reply to comments. But hey, that is what it is. That's how you start off. And yeah, and I think I'm just gonna honestly, I'm just rambling at this point to ramble. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I hope you guys enjoy the video. It's Jamie Two Shoes. And let me know if you do want to see other types of videos or whatever it may be.